Good morning to everyone across USA. Afternoon and evening to everyone in Europe. I'm Kpmg Singh, Director Operations at Della Leaders Club. Before we move forward and launch the DLC Global HR Committee, to put the evening in context and introduce the Della Leaders Club, who better than the founder himself, Jimmy Mystery.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on which part of the world you are in right now, from New York to Calcutta. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you today on this launch of the DLC Global HR Committee. We've been doing multiple committee launches. Since we have 26 committees to launch, we have 15 cities in the world to go to and launch. It amazes me each day with the number of eminent men and women I come across. Their achievements humble me to understand the magnitude of impact they've had on this world. Human resource plays a very, very critical role for us at DLC because post-pandemic, nothing matters more than mental health of employees, and to handle that, the HR committees and the way in which the empathy which they hold human beings during this time of distress. Our whole endeavor at DLC is to provide a 360-degree support platform, something that an entrepreneur requires, and there was always a vacuum. Not just in knowledge, not just online, not just offline. It covers 360 degrees of what an entrepreneur or professional requires. That's what we bring across to you. So let's begin today's session. I would like to call our guest of honor, Abigail Wilmore. Abigail is the Chief People Officer, Stella McCartney at Louis Vuitton Moët Hennessy from our London chapter. Abigail, welcome to DLC.
Hi everybody, and thank you, Jimmy. I'm so delighted to be here. I feel like it's such an honor. I really love the fact that the Della Leaders Club is going to disrupt the world of forums, because at Stella McCartney we feel like we disrupt the world of fashion because we are a vegetarian company. We're really like pushing boundaries when it comes to animal welfare, and really changing the way that the fashion industry works is our mission. From my perspective, being part of this kind of community where it's really about diversity of thought from all across the world, it's just a really incredible experience that I'm so glad to be a part of.
Thank you for being with us today. Abigail would love to launch our committee AV.
So honored and very happy to be part of Della Leaders Club.
To learn that a design thinking methodology has been used to curate this platform, which involves an understanding of the needs of the DLC members.
I'm very happy to be a part of this and contribute in my own little way to ensure that this innovative concept is nurtured globally across the world.
I look forward to contributing in the areas of harnessing human potential and driving business, social and economic results.
I'm now going to invite Miss Casey Chyapa. Casey is a founder and executive coach at CoachPlus Academy, and is an executive coach at Maximum Coaching. She's also an ICF professional certified coach, Marshall Goldsmith executive coach, 6 Seconds EI coach, and ITA certified NLP coach. So welcome, Casey.
Thank you, Abigail, and thank you, everyone. And I'm very glad to be part of DLC Bangkok chapter. Congratulations to Jimmy for this excellent Global HR Committee launching day. And the philosophy of Jimmy and DLC attracted me very much because we want to grow business with the lifestyle and contribute to the society. This is excellent goals that I am very pleased to be part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Casey. We would request you to officially launch our LinkedIn handle. We've created a special LinkedIn community for all our HR honorary committee members. Thank you, Casey. So I would request all our honorary committee members to please accept the invitation and be on this private community page. It's only for the honorary committee members. I have yet another guest to invite across on stage. Dr. Adil Malia. He's currently the CEO of boutique business management consultancy called The Firm. Welcome, Adil. It's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you so much,
Very
Jim.
good evening.
Pleasure mine. Thank you so much for being out here. And I just wanted to wish DLC all success. We are going to make it successful, as you know. We're going to be talking about human beings as unlimited, unimaginable potentials that are going to help us explore a new domain, a new space that's going to open out. If we still want to look at people only as resources, it's just limiting the way you want to look at the most value-creating resource an organization can have. And I'm sure that the kind of platform you're trying to create, and we are all trying to create, is going to create real value for people who are like-minded and operating in the professional world of human resources.
Let's move on with our evening. We have a lot of interesting speakers lined up.
Thank you very much. And let me introduce the next speaker. The next speaker is Ms. Abhilasha Shekhawat. She is the Director of Human Resources South Asia for Warner Media.
Thank you so much, guys. And I'm really excited to be in this forum where I do have my mentors like Zahira here, and I'm humbled in their presence. DLC is going to be that next step, which is not just about learning, but about building skills which will add value to the business. And I think that's what we are all looking forward to. I think DLC embraces technology beautifully to create new learning experiences. So all the best for the launch, and thank you so much for having me.
It is also my pleasure to introduce my friend Sahil Nayar.
Thank you so much, Adil. Jimmy, thanks a ton. I wish DLC and all its chapters and all its members all the very best in the times ahead. Moving on, let me call on my next speaker, Mr. Jonathan Strux, founder and MD, chairman and CEO of JBS Associates, Blackridge Partners.
Jonathan, a very warm welcome from all of us at DLC Studios in Mumbai.
Thank you for the kind words and congratulations on the launch of the platform. It's a pleasure to meet you all virtually. I'm Jonathan Stokes and I've worked solely in international markets since 1994. I run a group of companies, and it's our hope in the group of companies that I run that DLC will allow us to meet more people who think like this and want to make this reality the norm.
Thank you, Jonathan, for being with us today.
Thank you.
And Sahil, thank you for being with us and doing this.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks, Jimmy. Take care.
Okay, next I have Ashni to be introduced.
Today, I would like to introduce Colonel Arjun Pratap Singh Chhabba, motivational speaker and coach, freelancer from London chapter. Welcome, Colonel Arjun.
Honored to be sharing the stage with such an immense amount of intellect on a platform which has the potential to change the way we work in the corporate world. It's an honor to be there with all of you, and I'm looking forward to the platform per se. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel.
I would now like to invite our next speaker, Mr. Makaran Tare, Chief HR and Talent Officer, Asia Pacific, McCartney World Group from Singapore chapter.
Thank you, everyone, and congratulations to everybody to join the DLC leadership. As Jimmy mentioned, that the leadership of tomorrow is about kind and compassion, and we need to get some femininity instead of the masculinity, talking about P&L, sales, revenue, profit, earnings, etc. We need a balance of yin and yang, which is what the entire nucleus is all about. Would seek more collaboration with other country DLC chapters and play a strong role from Singapore. We look forward to strengthening the vision of DLC by stronger contribution to the business fraternity. Thank you.
Thank you, Makaran. Thank you, Ashni, for doing this for us. I would like to invite Mahtab Jamaji on stage.
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Mahtab Jamaji, Director, Dubai Chapter. I would like to invite our next speaker, Mr. Vijay Gandhi, Regional Director, Conferry from Dubai Chapter. Welcome, Vijay.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thank you, Mahtab. So I firmly believe that there is a strong need for experience on this chapter, which will bring in the right knowledge and allow people to do more and in a short period of time. So I congratulate Jimmy and the team at the DLC and wish them all the very best in launching the HR forum.
Our next speaker for the evening is Ms. Chutarat Natongbaw, Senior VP Human Resources, Bangkok Life Assurance from Bangkok Chapter.
I'm so happy. I am from Thailand and Bangkok Life Assurance Company Limited. I would like to include my expertise about total reward management into this my experience as well. So I hope I can provide my contribution to everyone to the DLC group in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being there.
Our next speaker is Mr. Anjan Bhowmick, Executive Director, Organization Development, Reinsurance Group of Asia, Australia and New Zealand Markets America from Hong Kong chapter.
Welcome, Anjan.
Thanks, Jimmy, and congratulations. For me, I think, when you're talking about disruption, there are three things that struck me when I was introspecting. One is around, with this disruption, there would be a high reach out in cross-cultural leadership. So what is it that the HR committee would, inquire about that realm of leadership? How is it? And increasingly, if you look at data, around 81% of total companies, listed companies, are still working in their own local countries and not reached out. So there would be a lot of work around cross-cultural leadership. The second thing is, how does HR think about entrepreneurs? So there's an area of expertise where we need to start thinking a little more seriously with a little more time around what do we do around entrepreneurship? How is HR servicing entrepreneurs? What would that look like, right? And the third area and the last area I think is very critical is around how is it that these disrupted value chains would impact employee life cycle? What are the capabilities you might want to discard? And what are the capabilities that you want to adopt to be able to cater to those disruptive value chains? So for that, these are the three things I'm really excited to kind of see how we can go further in this committee. But thank you so much. It's a great time and it's a great show. And thank you for zooming in on this platform.
Thank you, Anjan. I'm sure Shilpi and my team backend are taking notes, and we're going to work towards all three suggestions that you've given. But let me assure you that within our social impact, we are covering and addressing issues. However, there is even a bigger platform that we've designed at DLC. There are 19 global summits. So practically every 15 days, there is a global summit. Because of our 26 committees, we've converted them into 19 global summits. There is going to be 12 months down the line, there's going to be an HR global summit. Mind you, we are not in the business of making money via global summits. In fact, DLC, only revenue model in DLC is paid subscription and membership. Everything else we do is either to help the life of our members or to cause social impact. So every global summit platform, whatever we discuss, is going to be disruptive in nature. Thanks a lot for being here. Next, I would like to invite Shilpi.
I would like to invite our next speaker for the evening, Ms. Sabrina Moore, founder SAM, the Savvy Mom from New York chapter.
Sabrina, welcome.
Good morning, good evening, afternoon to everyone, and thank you so much for this opportunity. One thing that stands out for me is social media and the impact of social media on all of our lives. So my one takeaway is keep things private, keep things sacred and close to your heart, and don't allow outside activities and opinions to impact us negatively. Thank you.
Sabrina.
Our next speaker for the evening is Jeffrey Robinson, Chief Human Resource Officer, One Inc. from New York chapter.
Jeffrey, welcome and a very good morning to you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm delighted to be part of the group, and everything I've heard this morning only seeks to energize me more and more. So thanks to all the speakers who've gone before me. A group like this, as we look to make impact in the world and leaders and businesses, it's not only the work that we'll do in this committee, but as we think about the work that DLC is going to be our interactions across lines with the various committees that exist around the globe, and that none of these committees act in a vacuum. So I encourage us all to not only be active and forthright in our work around this committee, but also to connect with those other committees that may exist within DLC. Thank you for having me. Delighted to be part of the group and delighted to be part of DLC. Thank you.
In fact, for being with us over here. And I completely, again, resonate with what you said. We have 26 committees, and it's not that these committees are going to work in isolation and silos. Committees like strategy, committees like leadership actually are applicable across all 26 domains. And so is HR. So there is a lot of cross-dimensional and verticalization that's happening together across board within these 26 committees.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Now I would like to invite Pearl Mystery, Director, Della Group.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with all of you today. I'm Pearl Mystery, Director, Della Leaders Club. I would like to invite Ms. Leila Singh, founder, Me Brand from the London chapter, a TEDx speaker, podcast host, accredited coach, and a mentor.
Leila, good evening and welcome.
Thank you. And
It's an absolute pleasure to be amongst such accomplished individuals and hearing about everyone's stories and talents and what everyone's going to be bringing in terms of intellectual property to this community. And I think this is a fantastic platform that will allow this to spread the message even more. And I look forward to connecting with all of you here. So thank you.
Thank you, Leila. Looking forward to catching up with you in person someday, whenever I'm traveling, and we're going to be able to meet with people in different chapter cities across. I'm just waiting for travel restrictions to be lifted. And we have a full launch plan, city by city, physical launches in New York, in London, in Dubai, and Hong Kong, so that we can get to meet all the amazing people across the world.
Thank you so much, Leila. I think what you're doing is incredible, and I'm really looking forward to meeting with you soon. Our next speaker is from the Chennai chapter, Ms. Garima Tyagi, Senior HR Business Partner Lead and Diversity and Inclusion Practitioner at Verizon.
Garima, good evening and a very warm welcome from all of us at DLC.
Thanks, Jimmy and team. Hi, everyone. So human ability and the goal of inclusion and equity is very close to my heart. And I think it stems from the fact that I come from a community where forward thinking and traditional mindset, comes as a package. I'm so delighted to be part of DLC now because I think DLC aims to take this movement forward. People happiness, human ability, specifically, and inclusion. I think those are the elements which resonated very well with me here, and I'm looking forward to have amazing interactions with all of you and of course be part of this larger community. Happy evolution and happy inclusion to everyone from Chennai. Looking forward to more interactions. Thank you.
Thank you, Garima.
Thank you, Garima. Just before I move to the Q&A session, Garima, there's something I'd like to share with you since it's something that would be of great interest. At DLC, Jimmy Mysteries made the endeavor to ensure that we also have inter-organization forums. So really realizing the importance of inter-organizational forums and not just limiting a concept so great as this to only entrepreneurs and professionals. We're truly encouraging everybody else to learn, to get trained, and go ahead and spread this practice within their own corporates and businesses so that everyone within the offices can truly benefit from something as wonderful as forums. So good luck to you on this, and moving on next to the Q&A session. Thank you.
Hello, Jamie. It's really a pleasure to be a part of this group.
Agreed.
So I've been listening to a lot of things, but you know what my challenge is that enough is enough. I think it's high time we bring about some of these things into action. So my question to you, Jimmy, will be that do we have some plans to really transform these thoughts and these amazing ideas into reality, and really do some great work in the area of corporates and also in the social, in bringing about some social change? So that is my question.
Thank you, Ajay, for the question. And like I said earlier, very humbly, I'm a hardcore execution specialist. For me, executing an idea is much more important than the idea in itself. And the finish with which you execute the idea and the humbleness with which you make yourself accountable and measurable on that execution is a game changer. That's what we would be doing at DLC. For whatever little you guys know about the brand Della, all of you would, at least one thing is common with our brand across business verticals. Our brand is held in very high esteem by all our clients and all our stakeholders as something that delivers value. And I want DLC to be that same brand. I'm also happy to share with you all a little about our another business. So if you today on Google search for the most valued resort in India, it comes as Della Resorts. Out of 560 or 570 resorts across the country, in Asia, we are at number 4. So that's the kind of value generation that we focus on. I entered hospitality, I had no knowledge of hospitality. And today we are running and operating 6 resorts across and championing the cause of experiential hospitality. In DLC, I can assure you, every single thing that we are working on, along with your help and support, we will make sure we make ourselves accountable and present a scoreboard and a scorecard to make the world aware of what we've delivered, how many human lives we've touched. And day by day, talking to more and more intellectuals like yourself, my faith in this belief only gets reinforced further.
Hello to everybody. It's a wonderful forum. Thank you for bringing together the leading management lives on a single platform. I think the value that generates and creates impact across the spectrum of different verticals and geographies is simply brilliant. I think I wish all the best to you in creating that change that we all have gathered together. My simple question is has been already answered in terms of how that change would be enabled in terms of a dashboard and stuff. So I only congratulate you and all the leading lights here. This is the leading lights with experiences touching each other. So I think that experience collectively with unique propositions will going to change the future for all of us in creating a better world around and also bring in that social change. Thank you so much, Jimmy.
Thank you, Srinath. Looking forward for all the guidance and advice from you. Like I said earlier, we are humble and we are grounded. We are wanting to get feedback from people. So even if we err or slip up and we are not delivering really and we're measuring correctly, a correction from your side would go a long way. Support is always welcome from each and every one of you.
This is Daniel from Chennai. I'm glad to see all of you. And during this pandemic time, I think HR's importance and the role increased, and we all of us feel happy that we were able to really touch human lives inside the organization and outside the organization. Looking forward, so one good thing that is happening out of the pandemic is how we got experience to implement various things and DLC. So looking forward to see on what now we have, what on a day-to-day basis, on a regular basis, we can implement in Chennai, in India, and in the globe. And I'll be glad to hear something from you, Jimmy. What is that we can do on a regular basis, and where do we collaborate, and so on, in addition to what I've told already.
Right now, we began with 15 cities. We start shooting content for HR in 5. The next month will be the next 5 cities, and the third month will be in the next 5 cities. The fourth month, we come back to the first 5. So every geographical location and every city gets covered. All the content generation is going to be based on the blueprint that we selected. Also, we have a tool known as DLC Genie on our platform. DLC Genie is basically a tool through which any member can reach out asking for help. So any kind of a help requested in knowledge is going to be translating into the content generation next month. So if people are wanting to know about neuromarketing, we talk about neuromarketing. And people are going to be talking about anything that's Gen Next, we'll talk about it via the subject matter experts across. So all the topics will be what our members want and not what we want to shove down their throat. There's a big difference in listening, being agile, and translating the next month into content generation coming across geographical locations. So you will get a wide array of views from subject matter experts across diasporas and across geographical locations. So that's going to be a game changer. Like I said earlier, this is not going to be Google knowledge. This is for day-to-day business implementation for management and professionals. So it's going to be very interesting. DLC in time to come will become the world's largest business day-to-day knowledge content generator. Like I said, 300 pieces of video content now, 6 months later, 450, 12 months later, 600 pieces. And that's where we are. So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you so much, each one of you, for your patience and support and being with us during the event today. We will soon be sharing the calendar of the year with you all, and the way forward would be the content generation. We'll be reaching you on which topic you would be speaking on and how. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night.